Alright, I'm just gonna try and make a play here.
I'm running back.
Do you have a gun in Phoenix?
Nope. Trying to take advantage.
Oh, I got fucking bone knifed!
Just a little clip there from Suspect, just to kind of set the mood. Today we're going to be talking about kill on sight, mainly killing nakeds. But today on the show we got Vertiigo and Suspect Live, of course. You guys can check out their channels in the description below. And just remember, guys, these are just our opinions. If you guys don't agree with them, that's completely fine. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. And just real quick, I am looking for podcast sponsors. So if you guys know anyone who's interested in, I'll put my business email down below. So, welcome, Vertiigo.
Thank you.
Have you met Suspect yet?
Don't think so, no.
Well, this is Suspect, my loyal side cuck, I like to call him.
Alright, you know what? I'm out of here.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So for the podcast today, we wanted to talk about kill on sight, KOS, killing nakeds, roof camping, and then maybe a little griefing. But I thought you would be perfect for this podcast because I remember back in the day you had a video where I think it was called like Rebirth or Reborn or something. Do you remember that one? Where you jumped off the...
Yeah, that was a long time ago, man.
Yeah.
Holy shit, you see that one?
Yeah,
Damn,
dude. I've been watching your videos for a long time, way before I started doing YouTube.
Damn,
But
man,
yeah, I
it's a long
remember
time
that
ago.
one. I was like, oh yeah, Vertiigo would be perfect for this one because of that. That episode came to my mind.
Okay.
So
All right. That's cool, man.
yeah, so I think Suspect and I will have pretty similar views on it. So I think you're on the other side of it. So I think this will be pretty interesting.
Yeah, man, for sure.
So what are your thoughts on naked killing?
We're live now, yeah, are we?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm
we're
recording.
good.
We're not like live.
Oh, record it. Okay.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, a lot of people sort of misjudge where I come from with the whole naked killing thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a build-up of frustration, because I feel like naked killing is such a common thing that I think everybody does it. I've done it myself. It's not so much, hey, I'm a naked and you killed me. It's the fact that, hey, you're the 100th person in a row to kill me because every single interaction is exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the lack of variety which builds the frustration. It's not so much, oh my God, kcmo just killed me. It's that kcmo plus every other person I've approached has killed me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't think naked should be having like a sign on their head saying don't kill us, or they should be invincible. Nothing like that. It's the variety of interactions in the game where my problems lie.
I see. So if you see nakeds, for example,
Yep.
when do you decide like, okay, I'm gonna kill this naked dude, or when you decide like, I'll let this guy live?
It depends. It really depends on the situation. For the most part, I won't kill a naked if I see him running around because they don't really pose me much of a threat depending on what gear I've got. It's a waste of my time. It could potentially give away my position by shooting a gun anyway.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, I don't. And it goes back to the whole sashing. The sashes they got in the game now. Like,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. That's what I was
The
going to
long-
bring up.
Yeah, for the longest time, people were using that as a crutch. I killed nakeds because they could have a water pipe on them. If they had, evidence of having weapons on them, I wouldn't kill them. And I said back then that was bullshit, and it turns out it was bullshit because even without sashes, you get shot anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just the situation. Situation depends. For me, it depends on the situation. If I see a naked, if not doing anything, if not going to come after me, they're just running by or whatever, I won't kill them. But of course, if they attack me, it's a different story.
Right. Yeah, I just posted a video a few days ago, and a lot of people were very passionate about this topic, and some people were pretty upset that that I killed a few nakeds, and
Mhm.
my situation was I started off in a base and I was hatcheting down a TC, a tool cupboard, and there's a couple nakeds that ran up and I killed them both. They didn't have a sash, they didn't have anything. One ran into my base that I was trying to take over, and then another one just ran up. And my whole idea is now with the new blueprint system, I guess with before too, but maybe now more than before, there's a lot of swords and tools that you can find in the boxes. And with my experience in Rust, any chance someone has, they're gonna try to kill you. So
Right.
I would rather kill them first than have them come over and kill me and then make me lose all of my stuff, I guess. Better safe than sorry. I don't know. What do you think, Suspect?
Well, I've personally had experiences where I've left a naked, like, oh, this guy's just that naked. It's actually a clip on my Twitch, or anytime you do
You have to-
exclamation naked,
Yeah.
dude, I got in a huge fight, right? I see a
Mhm.
naked running by. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna give away my position. So then I
Right.
get in a better position. I kill everyone. There's one guy left shooting at me. This naked comes up behind me with a stone fucking hatchet and kills me. that he looted off a guy I killed.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. Ever since then, dude, I was like, no more anything. I'm
Right.
full on killing everyone. But
Mhm.
with that being said, I think that the more options that we have with Rust, the better, right?
Uh-huh.
So with that being said, I don't know if you guys ever played what is the game called? It'll come back to me in a minute, but basically the more kills that you do with somebody, more people you kill, especially if they're naked, you should start to like visibly look like PTSD or like some kind of visible sign that you are aggressive as fuck.
That's
Like,
actually a
maybe
really good idea.
Maybe you start shaking or something, or
Yeah.
maybe your eyes are dark and like white, or I don't know, some kind of like evil shit. Fable. I don't know if you guys ever played Fable.
Oh,
Start spreading
yeah.
horns. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't DayZ have a similar system, like a hero and bandit system?
I'm not sure.
I
I'm not
didn't play
sure.
too much
like-
DayZ.
I didn't play too much
Yeah.
either.
I didn't play the mod too much, but there was something like, if you help people, like give them items and stuff, you'll wear a certain set of
Yes.
clothing because you're a hero. But if you kill people, you look like a bandit, sort of thing.
Yes,
Mhm.
I like
And
that.
that way you could visually see what kind of person you're dealing with. But I don't particularly like that because it sort of ruins, like, sneak.
Like betraying people, right? Like, yeah, betrayal. But you know how they're introducing hair? It'll be cool if like the person starts to have like bald patches, like they're pulling out their hair and stuff. I don't know. I
Yeah.
like stuff like that. That like your actions have consequences and they change things. You know,
Mhm, mhm.
it shouldn't just be like and of course every time you join a new server, everybody starts fresh. But if someone's just killing everybody, then they'll start.
They just look like ass.
Yeah, they just look like ass. So every time you wipe a server, all the characters look all the same, and then you can kind of choose what kind of person do I want to be on this server this time? Do I want to be a good guy? Do I want to be a guy who's like, And then of course, if you kill other people who have the like fucked up loot, you'll slowly become better, So it's kind of like
Yeah.
a balance. So not everyone's gonna be just psychopaths,
Mhm. I think
Well-
that's a pretty cool idea.
What a visual, like visually see.
Yeah, like you're a
Is this what
visual
you're saying, man?
asshole.
You're a visual asshole. You just turn into an asshole. Yeah.
No, I mean, like you look at you look at someone, you're like, oh man, that guy's a fucking asshole. I can tell.
You
by
slowly change into rice gum and Jake.
Oh god.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah, that's the number one thing I love so much about Fable 2 is like you don't necessarily have to have a halo above your fucking head or horns or whatever, but
Mhm.
like I just that's the reason why that game made until they sold out and started fucking like
That first game was
Stefan
amazing.
Yeah, that cocksucker. Yeah, he's
Stefan Molyneux.
motherfucking
he's
scam artist.
dude,
Goddess.
I
You
don't.
ever
He's a
hear
scam artist, but could still
Yeah.
sell me a game even to this day because I don't know,
Yeah.
man. It's the way he talks. He sounds so
Yeah.
positive.
Well, psychopath, dude. He's a psychopath.
But the
Son of a
problem
bitch.
with this system is everyone's going to look like an asshole. Everybody's gonna look like an asshole.
Oh, I guess
Well-
you're right though, because because
Like
how are you supposed to
90%.
determine, like what if that guy was trying to kill you? So I don't know if that system would actually work. It's a good idea though. But
Well,
I think it's an interesting idea, but I don't know, man. I feel like the mystery there has to be some kind of mystery there. Like,
yeah,
there has to be something.
I mean, I think the more options, the better.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
you never know
I think
who's
what
going to want it.
I think what Vertigo is trying to say is, how are you supposed to determine like what makes you an asshole? Maybe you're actually a hero, but you just look like an asshole because you're killing all the real assholes.
Yeah. It's a hard system to implement. I think before I say like tell you a solution that could work, I just want to make something clear that a lot of people think that Vertigo is totally against killing nakeds. It's not 100% the case. It's not exactly true. I even assume that you guys probably think that or thought that when you brought me on.
Mm-hmm.
As a naked, if you're running into a situation where people are having a gunfight and you run in there and don't expect to get killed, you're an idiot. If someone's raiding a base and you're running up to them and don't expect to get shot, you're an idiot.
Right.
I've done that so many times. I'll run into like a situation where people are raiding. I'll try and make friends with them while they're raiding. It's never worked in my life.
Works. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Never worked in my life.
Right.
That's not the problem. That's never been an issue with me. There's certain times and places where, geared guys are going to kill you no matter what. If like you said before, you're raiding a base, hitting, you're at a TC or something, and nakeds were jumping in, you'll kill them. That's fair game, dude. You're raiding. They could be anybody. You don't know who they are. They could be the friends of the guys that live there, telling them information of what you've got, where you are, giving them information on what you're doing.
Exactly.
So that's all free game. I've been screwed over before doing that. I've got a video even where I was raiding somebody and some naked come up behind us, and I gave him benefit of the doubt. I'm like, dude, we're just raiding this base here. If you want to just stand back, and he stand back and he was watching us the whole time. And just before we got in, the two guys in the base jumped out with bows, and this guy that I had let stand there watch us gets out a spear and kills one of my dudes. He was friends with the guys inside the base.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So you can't you shouldn't have to take that risk. I don't think if you're raiding, so it's fair game. But a solution, not so much what you were saying is completely different. But I think the biggest problem with Rust is how guns are treated. They're not treated with they don't really care about losing a gun or wasting ammo. In DayZ, when you find a gun in DayZ and you find ammo to go with it, it's like the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I found a gun and ammo.
Expensive.
So you don't want to waste that ammo. Like, you don't want to waste it. There's a feeling there of, holy shit, I've got to hold on to this for when I really need it. Rust isn't like that. Rust is a survival game where having a gun is not a luxury. It's like everyone thinks it's their right to have a gun with 100 shots and they can make ammo whenever they want it. I feel like, they use up stuff like it's candy. Like, they don't give a shit. I mean, I think Rust artistically should be a tougher world to live in. Not so much it's tough to live in because everybody has an AK and everyone has a gun and it's like a battlefield. No, not like that, but a harsher environment where you're crawling, you're scraping to stay alive and scavenging what you can to defend yourself. It shouldn't be you have an artillery in your base. That's ridiculous. So when people, like a big group, go out and they see nakeds, of course they're going to shoot a man because they got guns, they got unlimited fucking ammo. Why wouldn't they want to shoot people? Of course they're going to shoot people. But if they're concerned about conserving ammo, they might not do that.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of like Terminus, but
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
It's only like Terminus for like the first day you play though, because eventually you just have a bunch of ammo. But when you first start, like on wipe day, it feels like you got to hang on to your ammo and you're not going to shoot all nakeds. But that's a good idea. I agree with that.
And you know what would be the easiest way to to try and limit people to do ammo. Just make it so they have to get some kind of component like shells or something. You know, you use shells. I mean, that's the easiest way I could see them implementing it into the current
yeah.
system.
So you
know?
can still craft bullets, but you need a specific component that you have to find to do it.
Yeah, but
That's
make
pretty
it
good.
like, because I feel like whenever Face Punch nerfs something, they over nerf it. They're like, there's no middle ground. There's no,
Yeah.
oh, hey, this is too overpowered. Let's trim off a little bit of it.
Yeah.
They go full on. You are fucked. For
Yeah.
example,
The
I love
crossbow,
the crossbow. I was gonna say
where
the
you have
launch
to
site,
walk.
the most
Oh,
recent
yeah.
one. I love that they
yeah.
nerfed the shit out of the launch site, but it's just a clear example of, okay, so now instead of 2 boxes, elite boxes, they only spawn 1. And in that elite box, you only get half the amount that you originally got. And on top of that, it's 2-hour, cooldown.
Right.
So I think
yeah.
that's awesome because like there's nothing protecting it. But maybe
Uh-huh.
once the AI and shit's in, you maybe want to unnerf that a little bit.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
no one's gonna go up there if that's the case when AI's in. So
Yeah, I
maybe just
gotcha.
just keep trimming off the fat a little bit by little bit, because it's like, I don't know, you're cutting a piece of wood, you don't want to overcut it, just trim it a little bit by little bit until you see it's the perfect size.
I wouldn't even be too against like having bullets not even craftable.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
Oh,
too.
You
that would
have
be
you have
dope.
to find the ammo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
In
be
crates
against
or
that at all.
something. Get people out of their bases and stuff,
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So not like stacks of like 60 ammo, maybe
Yeah.
like 12 here, 9
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Make it feel
like
like,
that.
it's rare,
But
Yeah,
it should be like,
gotta go
oh,
hit
I found
barrels.
9 bullets,
Yeah.
It shouldn't be
Yeah,
like,
holy
oh,
shit.
here's 9, here's 12, I got 16,
Yeah. Exactly. Here's 9 bullets. I'm gonna run back to base. Oh, I just ran across 3 nakeds. I'm not wasting my fucking bullets on those scrubs. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
That should be the attitude. It's not.
I like
It's
that.
Yeah, I like that too.
the problem is though is that people that play Rust have a set way of how they play the game. They've been playing the game a certain way for so long. They've been playing basically
PUBG.
a PvP Call of Duty game within an open world, map. Basically, they haven't really been playing that much of the survival element. And the more you push the survival element, they're gonna fight back. They're not gonna like it. They're not going to adjust as quickly as me or you would adjust, because that's something that we want. We want this game to be a survival game. We want this to be the best survival game on the market.
I think
but a lot of people,
engine wise, it's like hard to say that Rust isn't one of the best survival games out there. Like the lack of desync, the lack of glitches. Like whenever there's a glitch, it seems like a some kind of exploit. They seem to take that with priority, and I gotta say that's what keeps me going back to Rust, is that you can't just crouch jump through windows and just like retarded shit. And I do think that the direction that they are going with the game, it does give me a little bit of hope to keep staying around, because it does seem like they are starting to, not really listen to Reddit, not really listen to that audience that wants the PUBG CSGO experience, Yeah.
I think what Vertigo is trying to say though is that it's not really like a survival game though. It's more of like
it's not at all.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not, and it should be. I mean, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
When it comes to the development of the game, they're very good. I've played a lot of early access games, and games are in beta and alpha, and the updates are so slow, man. It's like they drip you, they slowly drip you updates and patches and add shit. Rust, people don't understand how lucky they are to have developers that are so fucking active. They're extremely active. Yeah,
I think there's like 15.
And they're constantly bringing out not only patches and fixes, but they're bringing out new stuff pretty much all the time. But it's not the best survival game on the market, in my opinion, because it's not a survival game per se. it's like on the edge. It's on the cusp of being a survival game. It's more of a PvP survival game. Like you're not trying to survive the elements or any of that. You're just trying to survive the next PvP encounter, basically. You know, you got food and water in there, but even that, by the end of the day, you've got so much food and it's not even really a problem.
Let me ask you this then.
Yeah.
What are some more survival aspects? I'm gonna give you a couple examples of things that piss me off, but what are some survival aspects that you would like to see in the game? For example, the fact that I can just run up to a river and heal up to full HP if I'm at like 20. If I drown myself to 20 and just spam drink the water, I go up to full HP. I should be getting like fucking gonorrhea. You know what I'm saying? I should be getting AIDS for drinking river water.
You should be getting AIDS.
Yeah. You don't know what's
Bring
in
AIDS
there.
to the game. Good stuff. Well, you should have more elements like, you know, the heat, and it should be more, you should feel that impact a little bit more. I think rad towns have to be completely fucking changed. I don't think wearing armor should be enough to get through a radiation town. Rad suits should decay while being in a rad town. So by the time you're pretty much done, the rad suit's pretty much fucked. So you can't just keep going back and forth. It should be a struggle. It should be a struggle to do that. You're struggling a little bit more. Everything should be a struggle in Rust. It should be a fucking struggle in more ways than just I'm pissed off because I've died 100 fucking times today by some guy that has that much better gear than me or a big group or whatever. It shouldn't feel like that. That's the sort of trap we're in right now, because that's basically the expectation when playing Rust now. And that's it. You log in, build a base, and try not to get raided. That's it. That's the only element you're fighting. Trying to get raided. kcmotv is better than most. You know, how many bases have you built to stop people from raiding or trap them, whatever? That's like the main point of this game is don't get raided and just raid somebody. And it should be more than that. It should be a lot more than that.
Yeah, I think if there's more aspects to the game than just, or more dangers to the game than just other people, then we'd have a reason to want to meet our neighbors. Like, hey, we got this fucking big gorilla in the forest over there, you know, let's take him out together, you know, something like that, because you can't just take him out by yourself or something, you know? Right.
I think DayZ, bugs and all, with all the bugs, is probably the best survival game, multiplayer survival game on the market. Rust is a better game overall, but with DayZ, there's so many. Just forget about the bugs for a second. The stuff they got in the game, like the sickness and fracturing, you know, your legs, or you can't, you know, sometimes you'll break both legs and you can't get up and move around. You know, so you got to crawl around, and there's the zombie threat. You know, you can dehydrate, you can starve to death. There's so many ways for you to die, and when you come across a player, it's not coming across a player in DayZ is an event. It's like, holy shit, there's a player over there, and it's like a huge goddamn deal. You know, it feels like a survival game. Really, you can play it for 2-3 hours, not come across anybody, but still, it feels like a struggle, man. So I don't know. I think Rust should implement a lot of things like that eventually. But it's going to have to be something that they slowly add more survival elements, because you do it too fast, you know, the community's going to, you know, kick back.
Cry, yeah.
Well, cry as well, yeah.
Fucking pussy bitches.
I can't talk, man. I've fucking bitched so goddamn much, man. I got so many streams where I've just completely lost my shit. I get emotional about this game because I actually care about this fucking game. I really do care about this game. And people don't understand that. They're like, oh, you're just bitching. It's like, no, I care about the game and I want better for it.
Yeah, it's a fun game, man. This is the only game in the world that I've ever played this much.
Same.
Like 5,000 hours? What the you know, like, who the hell plays a game for 5,000 hours? What is that?
That's insane, man.
$20, man. That's what
20
it is.
bucks, yeah.
Oh, it's a good game, dude. It's a good game. It's just, I don't know.
What do you think? Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I was just going to talk more about the naked killing. I had this guy that was brand new to Rust this week that I was teaching and showing him the ropes and stuff. And then I went over to his door the other day, and I knocked on his door, and he killed me and called me a fucking retard. And I was like, bro, like I helped you out so much, and then like I came over to say hi, and then he's like acting like that. So like, you know, people backstab all the time, and it's I think it's, you know, maybe it's just the way people are. I don't know. It makes it easier to do in a video game, but it makes it hard to, because you get fucked one time, and then it makes it hard to trust in the future. You know.
I've never backstabbed anybody in my life. Never backstabbed anyone in my life. No, I've done that quite a bit myself. I can't talk. I can't talk. I've fucked over a lot of people.
Really?
You know, the thing is, I don't care about dying in a video game. I just make it interesting.
Right.
You know, we're here to have fun. We're here to play a goddamn game. Make it fucking interesting.
Yeah.
You know, no one likes to spawn into a server, run 3 or 4 steps, and get shot. It's fucking boring.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got new players that spawn. How does a new player without any friends in the game stand a goddamn chance in Rust?
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
yeah.
They're gonna rage quit first day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then they'll get down and then have everyone laugh at them and tell them that they're bad at the game.
Fucking role players, man. That's the new insult of friggin' Rust. A role player. Dude, I got called a role player for saying hello to somebody. You know, I'm sorry. I used VoIP. I used the in-game function, and I'm a role player for using it. Are you fucking insane?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. This community's fucking like weird.
It's so toxic. I feel like anyone that calls people a role player are just people that I really don't care to talk to. You know, like those are the people you want to stay away from. You know,
it's disappointing, man. Disappointing because not everyone. You know, I've done role play myself in the past, but just because you want to communicate with people in the game and do something else other than just the usual shit that happens day in and day out doesn't make you a role player. It just makes you you're trying to enjoy the game your way.
Being creative.
Right.
Those guys call other people role players. Those guys are, you know, they're not creative enough to. They're just like sheep. You know, they're doing what everyone else is doing.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
Fuck those guys. I don't know, man. I've said in the past, I don't really care how everyone plays the game. You play the game the way that you want to play it. I just wish that there was a bit more variety with how people play the game. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
There's so little variety there. You know, I log in to do a video, and it's gonna be this exact same shit every goddamn time. I got to create something myself. I got to go out of my way to, you know, play for 3 or 4 hours just to find one person that's going to speak back to me. Whereas before it wasn't like that. But now it's like a struggle just to find something interesting. Because I detest making a video of just me running around killing people because I can do it once, twice, 3 times, and it's getting fucking boring for me.
Yeah. And I mean, it's good that that you try to find other things to do, because if you're always doing the same shit every single video, then, you know, people get bored of that too.
Yeah.
Would you see the most recent, not most recent, but in the last couple of days, Helk tweeted out like about the comments, like the comments on the BP system, like how people started changing their reviews. And he's like, hey,
really?
if you guys like the changes, yeah. Let me try and find it.
Mm.
He asked people that like I've never seen him do this before. Someone said, this is Helk. If you can put more hours in Rust than you can than your job in a work week, why would you not recommend it? And it's a picture of a guy who has a thumbs down and he's talking all this shit, but he's played 95 hours in the last 2 weeks and is currently in game. Yeah.
Wow.
And then also, the next tweet he says is, by the way, if you haven't reviewed Rust, please do. Having 50% negative reviews since the patch seems like the vocal minority. Let us know.
I'm going to do that right now.
Yeah, mine's been the same since like 2000.
Everyone giving Rust a bad review isn't being honest. It's not a bad game. It's not a bad game. Just because Helk's made changes that you don't personally like, doesn't mean you go over and start, you know, giving the game a negative review. That's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, if you, dude, like, just alone from the aspect of if you've gotten more than 100 hours, let's think about the biggest AAA games, like, I don't know, whatever, single player games. You spend 100 hours in it, you feel like you've gotten your money's worth. So,
Right.
like, the pure fact, if you have like 500, 1,000, 2,000 hours in a game and you're not going to say that it's worth the money is insane. And that's what the reviews are for, to see if you should buy the game or not.
Yep. Yep. Oh no, it shouldn't have a negative review. People just get very, they take it
Salty.
very personal. Every
Yeah.
little change is like, I feel bad for Helk because he can't win either way.
No, you can't.
Like every
Public figure.
change he makes, man, every change he makes,
Well, now you know.
is going to get a reaction.
Now you know why Gary's
yeah.
like, yo, man, fuck this, I'm out. Help,
Yeah.
you're in charge
I
now.
mean, everyone wanted BPs back, and then everyone's complaining now. It's like
they are.
Everyone's complaining because I haven't been keeping track of that. People are complaining about it. Why?
Just go to Reddit, dude. It's like the ass cancer of the world. Is the Play Rust Reddit.
yeah.
And
If you want to see anyone complain, you can go over there.
Yeah, just go over there, bro. Just look at 5 threads.
But I don't know. I think people who want to complain are more vocal, though, than people. Like, why are you going to go and? I mean, you'll see those sometimes, but I think it's a lot more rare that people complain than say that they really like something.
I thought the blueprint system that they put in was actually a good step.
I like
Am I
it.
crazy for thinking that?
Most definitely.
Yeah, I like it.
Progression, dude. You need progression.
Yeah, server life
anything
is
to
just so
stop-
much better.
Anything to stop, day one late game. I mean, it's a good
Yeah.
fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
I mean,
I
what's
was
our
going
goal
on-
here? Exactly. Well, my question to anyone that dislikes, the progression, how it's been slowed down. My question is, where do you think this game is headed? Do you really think that everyone wants this to be a 3-day wipe cycle, like forever? Like, play 3 days and wait till the next wipe? Eventually, they want to have it so you can have the same base for a long period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Why are people obsessed with having everything straight away?
You know what?
Let them start developing the game. Like, let them start going down the road they've been planning to do for a long time. I remember 3 years ago, I got told that eventually there's going to be like monthly wipes instead of weekly because progression is going to be changed and everything. I knew that. I knew that 3 years ago. But here everyone is. If they can't get full gear in the first day, it's bullshit. It's fucked.
They're just used to it. I think it'll grow on them, and eventually they'll like it.
Well, of course, dude. They got nothing better to play. So let's be real here. Like if these people are, going back to Rust over and over and over again and they hate the game, it's because they literally lost interest in every other game they have. But speaking of progression, right? Have you guys ever played the Call of Duty zombie games?
Oh, God,
Yeah, a
back
long
in
time
high
ago.
school.
Yeah, back in the day. Do you guys
Back in the
remember
day.
how you couldn't unlock like further weapons or items or whatever unless you like saved up some scraps or whatever and unlocked the zone, and then you could go up to the wall and get the gun? Why don't they have that in Rust where there's like community type things? Like let's say, oh, the AK blueprint is not even fucking available because the satellites haven't been turned on before, or like stuff that
Like world
the
progression.
world progression that the community can kind of come together and like, hey, we really want a PvP now. Like at this point, we really want PvP, but we haven't been able to clear the launch site, and we haven't been able to put the fucking boop-de bop in the motherfucking thing. So it hasn't. Yeah, the boop-de bop, man. Listen, so it hasn't fucking. It hasn't. I should stop cussing for YouTube, but they haven't progressed to the point where we've unlocked it. There has to be like some kind of like communal progression, and maybe even to the point where, okay, you can't turn on the launch site thing because you haven't turned on the SAT thing, which hasn't been turned on because the airfield thing isn't turned on. So there's like steps that you got to take to get there, and the whole server gets it at the same time. And like, and it's not even that; it's like the possibility of an AK being on the server. Just an idea throw out there.
Yeah, that'd
Wait
be
a
kind
minute,
of
you
cool.
don't want swearing? You don't want swearing on the video? My bad.
No.
I've been swearing that whole goddamn
No,
time.
it's okay. It's okay. I haven't
It's-
swearing.
Well, I don't know.
it's cool.
YouTube's kind of like cuck police, cuck police.
Yeah, well, I don't really care about my. I swear anyway in my videos. But you know what? A game that does like crafting and progression really, really well is 7 Days to Die.
Yes. Yes.
Suspect loves that game.
Please tell him about 7 Days to Die, because this
7
guy,
Days to Die is not the prettiest game to look at.
it's hideous. Let's be real here.
It is.
Imagine,
It is. But
go ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
You're going.
Imagine like mods like Minecraft, we could like people could retexture the game would be amazing. But dude, the progression in that game, the leveling up, the finding the blueprints, the schematics, and finding the parts for certain weapons, and
Awesome.
every part has a different kind of quality. So depending on the quality of the part determines how good the gun is when it's crafted. It could be a weak ass gun or a pretty powerful gun, depending on the quality of the parts. It feels right, man. It's the only survival game that I've played that it feels right, and it doesn't feel like a chore to do. You know,
Yeah,
like
every
a
resource
leveling
is
system
valuable.
like Ark feels like a fucking chore.
Yeah.
7 Days, it feels good, man. It flows.
love
Have
that
you
game.
haven't played it, KCMO?
I've played it.
I've
I thought it was
forced
kind
him.
of
I've
meh.
forced him to play it.
I thought it was meh. We did
Yeah.
the 7-day horde, and it was like, I don't know. It felt like
He
kinda
barely
easy.
scratched the surface of the game. You know what
I'm
I'm saying?
shocked because like base building and that's like
He has not any idea what the hell he's talking about when it comes to base building. He's not gotten concrete, not
Oh,
gotten
whatever,
steel,
dude. Whatever, dude. Remember my
No,
OP base?
no traps, nothing, dude. He
Don't
found
you
an
remember?
exploit.
What's doing that. You're a trap based dude. Like 7 Days to Die does that so well.
I mean, it
We had,
was
like
okay.
electrical
It was
blades
okay.
and shit.
It just didn't feel exciting to me. You know? I don't know. It just didn't. It didn't tickle my
To each
fancy.
their own. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like that game, similar to like the DayZ sort of thing. When you find a gun or a part for a gun, you worship that gun, dude. You do not want to lose it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean, Suspect?
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
You get good quality parts. You make a really good AK or a shotgun. If you lose that or waste the ammo for it before that 7-day horde, you are screwed. You know. So that's how I feel like every game, especially Rust, should be like. You know, you got
Yeah.
a gun, you should worship that shit because you're not going to find another one for a while.
Right. Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
agree. Yo, thanks so much for watching, guys. Thanks, Vertigo, for coming out. If you guys do want to see more, make sure you guys subscribe. And if you guys want to support the channel, you guys can check out my Patreon. All right, guys. See you guys in the next one.